Woof woof! Hello everybody, Shuffle Woof here with a new album review. Today we will be discussing the new Bliss album, Songs.
I'll be normal.
Bliss is a New York-based artist who we have seen mix electronic pop with rock on his debut album, Myrtle Broadway and The Big Bang Theory. He explored both genres in more depth on his subsequent EPs, The Clubby, Dance Cunt Emotional, and The Abrasive, You Are All Fucking Losers and also I'm Better Than You. While I am calling Songs an album for the sake of this video, it is actually more of a compilation project for songs Bliss wanted to release, but likely did not have a suitable project for. Bliss simply writes this collection is everything up to now on his Bandcamp page. With this in mind, I was not going into this project expecting sonic or thematic cohesion, but I was still excited as I have been a big Bliss fan. After listening through, there are about 3 tracks I would say are more rock-leaning, while the other 14 are various strings of hyperpop. How I'm Feeling Now and Nemo 33 are similarly lo-fi indie rock cuts that are echoey and vibe-heavy. I like the nostalgic vibe these ones evoke, but I do wish How I'm Feeling Now progressed a bit more during its runtime, and Nemo 33 was recorded in higher quality. I do really love the remaining rock track. My crush sent an MP3 and said listen at high volume, but I think he wants me to be deaf and sad at the same time, which is short but packs a blaring punch with how crazy distorted it is from the start. It does lean into hyperpop with its auto-tuned vocals and chiptune influence. Bliss incorporates that well, giving us good writing, an exciting performance, and a crunchy outro. The rest of these tracks are the hyperpop ones, which I will review in order. Dog Eating a Watermelon is full of big 808s and sugary pills. The lyrics have an unserious swagger that I think fans of Food House would get a lot out of. Cringecore takes the last track's ideas even further, giving us a harder beat and even wackier lyrics. It is short, but it still manages to give us some driving guitars at the end, quite fun. I'm Not Sad, Just a Little Blue is a piano-led parody of Eiffel 65's I'm Blue. While every melodic element of the original song carries over onto this, Bliss is still giving us hilarious lyrics and a surprisingly metal dubstep breakdown in the second half. Closure emphasizes the hyper aspect of hyperpop, its sweet beat going so fast it almost feels like nightcore. It makes me feel like I'm on a sugar high. Sad Face keeps the excitement going with its walls of bass that blow the mix out dramatically. The execution is a bit wild for me, but the writing is fun and I appreciate the hard-style ending. Everything is Poison is a highlight with how well written and assembled it is. I love the creative sampling throughout, and how nicely the synth bass part transitions into the rocking outro. Will You Ever Shut Up is another great one. I love the chorus and how Bliss makes his voice sound mouse-like on it. The light hi-hat beat and big 808s give this track a bright vibe, especially with the way the pads are played with on the high end. Stardust is uniquely atmospheric and reverbed with how pad-focused it is. I like Bliss's vocal performance here. Defeated brings back the 808s, pairing it with some extra bright pianos. I like how colorful the mix feels when the guitars kick in, pairing well with the synths and effects. Nice writing, too. I Love Being Normal has one of my favorite chorus deliveries on the entire project. The sarcasm Bliss employs while delivering this song's self-loathing lyrics adds a lot of character. The production is very fun with its jumpy, Europop-like bass and its chiptune influence. Shout out to the background vocals too, what a fun banger! The beat takes a more left-field direction with its odd, clubby bass tones.
Oh, Bliss, and Mirza, and Wishling, you dirty dogs.
The lyrics here are dripping with sex-top confidence, and it gets crazy enough that we are just getting straight-up moans on the chorus. Holy moly! By far this is one of the hardest bangers here. The writing, production, and energy is also exciting. Fuck Everybody, which also features Mirza, plays well off of the last track, giving us a darker hyper-pop beat and fun lyrics all over. I can definitely hear Laura Less's influence on this one, especially when it comes to the synth bass line and the vocal effects on the chorus. Wish You Were Here gives us a good helping of Bliss's exciting vocal deliveries, which I always love to hear. He plays well off of the fun bass line. This whole track feels very lighthearted and fun. I enjoy the punchiness of the kicks, as well as the heavenly harmonies and arpeggiators near the bridge. Gorgeous! Finally, the compilation ends with Shouting Aloud 2025 Remix, a track I loved as a single. I love how this track builds, from the calm synth bells to the soaring hyperpop beat. The 8-bit bridge is very nice, and the builds are great all over this one. Just a quality new rendition of the original track, so pleasant. Overall, I am very happy Bliss saw fit to release this compilation. Even if these are all tracks, there are many gems here, especially given how great the electronic production is. If you enjoy hyperpop broadly, I assure you, songs will give you plenty of material to sink your teeth into. Great work as always, Bliss. I look forward to your next album whenever that time comes. Woof woof.
The beat, the beat, the beat.